Welcome, friends, to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Germany, starting in 1935. It's April 1965, and things are going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the state of the German economy. I've got shipbuilding going. America is still pretty tense with us, but not going to war. But before I jump into all of that, I've put a post on my channel to direct you to Matrix Games' House of War Games announcement, where they've gone through various of their titles, including Rule the Waves 3. So, headlines, have a look at the full thing, but the headlines are the DLC for Rule the Waves 3 is going to be released on the 24th of February next year, so not too long. It's going to feature this expanded battles concept. So, yeah, we've been doing this thing for 2.5 years. Crazy. But they're going to give you the ability to, for example, design a ship and then go and throw it into a battle just to see how that ship performs, rather than have to wait until a war comes along and then see how it performs, in which it may or may not get into a proper battle. Next is they are going to allow us to design shareable custom battles. Now, these could be historical, and they will provide a number of historical battles to be getting on with. Or they could be theoretical battles. So, I could release a battle from my game for you to go and play in your game, for example. They, as part of the background of creating the historical ones, they have also created as accurate historical ships as is possible. So we'll be able to use those in our ship designs. So we can just go, yeah, I'd like a Seydlitz class or something like that, battlecruiser for my Jutland era performance. So that all sounds fun. That all sounds great fun, and I very much look forward to playing with ship designs, borrowing historical ship designs, creating historical battles or what if battles. I was watching Drakenifel talking about Royal Navy exercises from the late 1920s, early 30s the other day. Well, what if we, was to make that up into a battle to play out for ourselves, for example, or maybe some of the US Navy's fleet exercises and things. So, that's all good stuff for the future. For the now, let's see where we're at. And big news is I've got a whole pile of stuff underway. So 2 big carriers, a whole slew of 4 new general purpose destroyers, another of lightweight surface action destroyers, much cheaper, and refitting 9 Z-100 destroyers, 2,000 tonners, and a couple of very venerable Lutzow destroyers. So let me just take this away. So all of this good stuff is underway for 25,000 tons, and we still have 3,227 to play with. So I did toy with yet more destroyers, but then I thought, you know what? It's 65, and we've got these battlecruisers. Now I'm liking that we've got the Stauffenburg as a emergency rebuild, emergency mobilization, because the crew is elite. It would just take a month to get back into service. And ditto the Von der Tann. I noticed the Von der Tann was last mobilized in 1953, but it's still got 2 medium SAMs and 4 surface missiles, whereas the others I made them much more air defense battleships. So 4 heavies and 2 mediums, possibly going a bit overboard. So for the Reichsgsraf, which is in mothballs, here's my suggested rebuild of this. So the first thing is to replace the machinery. We could replace it with gas turbines, but the diesels are a lot cheaper. If I replace it with gas turbines, we get another 761, which means I could use it, for example, for pushing up the speed to 30, whoops, to 32. That takes us to nearly 7,000 a month, though, speed costs. So I'm going to turn it down to diesels at 31 knots. This gives us 4,900. So, quite a big saving. We're already going to go over budget at 4,900, given that we've got 3,200. But we've got a good buffer, 68,000. That's fine. So I did toy with maybe deleting the aft turrets to give us a whole thousands of tons to play with. But I thought, well, what's the point of that? They are battle cruisers, and it would give us a lot of weight saved, but we couldn't convert that into weapons. We could convert that into extra speed, but we couldn't convert it into weapons. You know, Now I say that, I'm like going, well, what would a 34 knot battle cruiser, if these are designed to chase down people? Such a shame you can't just save these. In fact, I think I can. I can save it, save and finish. Heavy crowded gun center, rate of fire -20. Grah. So that's because I've kept the heavy aft and aft again, centerline heavy SAMs, and I've put in a forward centerline quadruple light SAM. So I've taken off the medium because it seemed, to have medium and to have heavy seemed a bit too much. So, and then given them 10 of these. Now, if I take off the midship one, if I just delete that, do I still get that penalty? No, I don't. Okay. So I've got a little bit of space for mediums. Do I have anywhere to put them? So yeah, so I've got some wings. If I do them both at 2, that's going to blow my top side. Yeah. But what if I take them down 1? Decrease and decrease. Okay, yeah, that's good. That takes us to 260 for our top load, still 16. So yeah, we've still got the 10 surface-to-surface missiles, but instead of having a twin launcher in the center line, we've got 2 single launchers, which, I'm fine with. So yeah, 4 heavy SAMs, 4 light SAMs, 10 medium surface missiles. Seems like good fun. So I'm going to save that as a design. I'm going to say no. And then I'm just going to try it, getting rid of a turret and then seeing how fast we can make it. So here are just a little thought experiment. So I've gone for gas turbines. I've taken it up to 34 knots. I've removed B turret. That was the twin. So it now has 6 15-inch guns. 12 3-inch or 54 heavy AA, 8 mediums, 5 lights, and then here we have still 4 heavy SAMs. I've moved 1 to the front, 4 light SAMs, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 medium surface missiles at a cost of 8,500 a month. So yeah, I almost like 60% extra cost at least, heading towards double. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but realistically, if I was able to get it up to say 36 knots, I mean, no one else in the fleet would be able to touch it. Actually, I'd have to build some special high-speed escorts just to run with it. But yeah, I don't value those 3 extra knots from 31 to 34 at this kind of cost. Still, fun to have a look at. So that's the Reichsgsraf. Rebuild it. Oh, that's funny. I thought we'd saved the previous design. Okay, here we are, back again. 31 knots. main armament intact, 12 3 inches, 5 light, 8 medium, a radar 1 AA director for 49. I cut that down slightly in order to have 4 heavy SAMs, 4 light SAMs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 medium surface-to-surface missiles. It's going to cost 4,900. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3,500 less than if I tried to push the speed up to 34 knots. So, yep, very happy with that. And yes, and yes. So that's going to, yeah, minus 1,400, but that's fine. We've got some ships coming out fairly soon from these rebuilt Z100s, so the finances will be fine. Let's go and see what May brings us. Alliance between Italy and the Soviet Union has expired. Okay, we'll need to have a quick look at what that means. And a new research breakthrough, reconnaissance pods, increases spotting probability for recon aircraft versus ships. Hooray! Nice for us to have. Obviously ideal if other people don't have it. Various bits of laying down, a few scrappings, and tensions between Soviet Union and Japan have increased. Okay, let's just take a look at all relations and bring this down and see where we are. Okay, so we are still allied with Japan and Italy, as obviously is traditional, which is nice. America is obviously tense with us. 4 against Britain. That's nice. I'd rather they didn't form an alliance against Britain. They are allied unexpectedly against France. And let's see. Oh, you can actually, if you hover over it, I didn't realize this. So tension between France and USA is actually 2. And they're allied. It's 7 against the Soviet Union, which is nice. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't muck about. My tensions with Italy is 1, and my tensions with Japan is 0. Okay, so nothing much to worry about there. Yeah, the whole French thing is unfortunate, but I kind of hope that that will have broken apart by the time we go to war with America. Our base expansion in Nova Scotia has been completed. Our base capacity is 210. 260 now. Okay, 260 sounds, pretty reasonable. Various bits of ship news, quite a lot of tension news. Yes, not liking the tensions with the USA reduced to random tension changes. I don't need random tension changes, so it's gone down to a 9. Our monthly balance has gone back into the positive, despite the fact that we are rebuilding the Reichsgsraf. And if we have a little look at the whole month thing, we are already a couple of months into that, so that's all good. So I'll be able to do some more stuff soon. Okay. Of course, my monthly balance, because the building has stopped. The old Balkans kicking off again. Yes, strong arms industry. So plus budget, plus tension. That's the kinds of things we like to see. Nothing much in the news. Slight increases of tension against Europeans, but hasn't touched America, unfortunately. So let's have a little look at base capacity. So the squadrons in the East Coast are worth 40. Base capacity is 260. If we go and have a look in Europe, that's another 125. So that's 165. Now that's only on 1 battlecruiser. Don't know which one it's counting there, but anyhow, one of the battle cruisers. And yeah, so by the time we've added 3 more battle cruisers and 2 more carriers, that number will go up. But the important thing is we could go and send all of these guys off to America, to the East Coast, and we would have the capacity to fit them all in. That's great. But I'm almost tempted to just do that. So let's go from here, and actually let's organize by weight and then location. Okay, I've sent the whole active fleet over to the East Coast just as an experiment. I'll send them all the way back. I haven't included all the stuff that's in the reserve fleet or in mothballs, obviously. So yeah, let's see. Obviously, I'll probably get a warning message saying, "Hey, hang on, you've completely denuded European home waters. What's that all about?" But you know, just a bit of fun, just a summer cruise. Look, it's July, a summer cruise. Who could complain at going to visit our new colonies in North America? Well, the Americans haven't reacted immediately. My intelligence against North America is still struggling. It's still got an asterisk against it, which is, a bit annoying. Monthly balance has gone down because obviously the extra maintenance cost. But if we go have a little look at the map, yep, there it is, 165 against 200. So, yeah, if we look at the base capacity for East Coast, so I'm wondering, 260, it's registering 189. I'm not sure why that's different from this 165 that it's giving here, unless it's also including the 38 submarines that can be found there, possibly. But yeah, I can base the whole current fleet in America off the East Coast with room to spare. That's good. So yeah, I'm just going to leave them there for a turn or two, see if the Americans notice. I mean, it's lovely, lovely round Nova Scotia at that time of year. 4 destroyers finish their reconstruction. Another new tech. Monopropellant torpedo fuel increases torpedo speed, which I'm sure is a good thing. And that's our 3rd tech of the year, so that's actually pretty good. Americans seem to have invented a lot of things, but they also are a lot of old-fashioned things, like diesel engines and preheaters and control tops. So yeah, so no great things there. Tension with USA is reduced down to random tension train. I've just based the whole of my fleet off the coast of America, and they get random tension changes, lowering it. Boo. So it's down to 8 now. Okay. So I'm going to send the fleet back shortly. But I'm just interested to see how that's all going. 2 ships and another tech. So yeah, improved performance of aerial ASW. So helicopters, maritime patrol, presumably. And now we're getting tension with USA is reduced due to the recent war. I haven't been at war with the USA, so that's going to take it down again. That's 7. So that's 3 tension lowerings in a row. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's pop along a little bit more. Some more finished reconstruction and so on. An improved model of our helicopter, which is already a good helicopter. Ooh, that's quite a jump in speed. I mean, not that it really matters. And a lift in range, which does matter. That really does. So considering our old helicopter struggled at just over 100 nautical miles, we are now 172 nautical miles if we're carrying a heavy load like missiles or something. So yeah, very happy with that. 200 nautical miles in light configuration for a bit of spotting and reconnaissance. Oh, and finally, our intelligence network in the USA has bedded down. The asterisk has been taken off. That took a long time. Not much news of any importance. I mean, it's nice to know we have better performance for our 15, 14, 11, 2-inch and 7-inch guns. I mean, obviously, we only actually use one of those calibers, but you know, it's indicative. More various reports coming through. Okay, and monthly balance to 2,200. I'm going to send the fleet back, the bulk of the fleet, because I didn't raise any tensions whatsoever. Okay, I've just organized the fleet to go back. I'm keeping the heavy cruisers and their attendant destroyers, 5 destroyers, 6 heavy cruisers, in the American East Coast, just to keep everybody honest. So that should increase that monthly balance, and I can decide what to do with that. Ooh, 2 cruisers finished their reconstruction. So that's really, really nice. I may have accidentally sent a ship minus 16,000. If I look here, minus 11,000, yeah. And West Africa. So I've accidentally sent some ships. In sending them back to Northern Europe, I've accidentally sent some that should be on foreign station. Sorted out the foreign station trivia, and we have 5,500. So 5,500 is enough to get another of our battle cruisers into rebuild. So step up the Graf Spee, which is also being mothballed at the moment. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, here's a redesign for the Graf Spee. So again, we've kept the 4 heavies, we've replaced the 2 mediums with 4 lights, and we've put on 12 medium surface-to-surface missiles, increased the radar limit, and if we go to the guns, we've reduced the number of 3 inches from 20 down to 12, but still 50 for heavy AA, and you know, a little bit of a secondary battery against annoying stuff that may get close. I'm thinking, you know, nighttime and all of that kind of stuff. I've addressed, no, I've addressed the probably principal weakness of the Graf Spee, which was that its rounds per gun was only 85, and we've seen instances where the Graf Spee has just completely run out of all heavy ammunition, and the game won't let you, you know, put it to the rear of the line. It always wants to put the Graf Spee as the heaviest caliber gun ship into the van of the battle line. So 110 is a lot better. 31 knots, diesel. I mean, this is at 4,600. If I went to gas turbines, it would allow me to increase those rounds up even higher to 130. So 20 more rounds per gun. But it would cost 5,000 instead of, well, you know, 5,000. Instead of 4 and a bit, let's just go down to diesels and bring that back down to 110. Yeah, 4,000. So an extra 400-ish for more rounds per gun. We've given it an extra, what, 25? 15, yeah, 25. So that we could take it up to 45 extra rounds per gun, which would, you know, probably mean that it's not going to run out of heavy guns. For an extra 400 or just under 400. Now, I'm going to keep it there and use the money. It's, you know, 110 rounds is fine. So let's just get them underway. We've still got a monthly balance of 1,200. I'm going to leave it there, and yeah, we'll pick up when we flip over to the new year, do the year's report, and have a little bit of a think what to do with this monthly balance, whilst some of this, well, several of these new constructions, so the two Lutzow and Enden, become available. So yeah. Aside from three tensions reductions in a row unnecessarily with America, and American seemingly not being bothered by me trailing my cloak all the way down the US seaboard in my summer maneuvers, it's all going pretty well. It's all going pretty well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.